This week on Craft Beer Crusaders, Mark skips the six-pack and goes straight to a keg.
And we insert witty comment here.
It's good to be back down here again, if I can speak properly.
Yeah. Otway Estate Winery and Brewery. Interesting little place.
G'day mate, how you doing? Good to see you again.
You too. Welcome to my office and the brewery.
Thanks. Office, not a bad office.
I could work here.
Yeah, I'd love to work in a place like this. You like that? Look at this.
Just doing some
Lovely
product
sunny
tasting.
afternoon, product tasting. Yeah.
Life of a brewer.
That's
Life
it.
of a brewer.
I wish. Let's go and see what a real brewer does, hey?
Yeah, sounds
Wonderful.
good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool, come in.
This is it.
Yeah, this is the brewery. This is where they're all made. And I'm just going to do some hydrometer tests of the fermentation levels. So
Can I give you a hand with that? Or?
sure can. I'll show you how it's done and we'll see what's going on.
Just don't
Fantastic.
break the hydrometer.
They're expensive, aren't
Yeah.
they? All right, I'll be careful.
It's a rite of passage. Every brewer breaks one, trust me.
Oh, that's good. That's reassuring.
This I gotta see.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go. Okay, here we go. So about there. A little bit more.
You can go a bit faster, yeah.
Come on,
A bit
Dan.
faster. Come on.
Come
Yeah,
on.
Just want to control the flow.
You look like you've never taken a hydrometer reading before in your life.
Well, yeah, I'd hate for that to be the case. Here we go.
Yeah, that'll be enough.
That'll
Now,
be
if you
enough.
break the beer, you pay for it. You know that.
I'm worried about the hydrometer. Those things are cheap. So just pour it in.
That's it, just fill up the flask. I love summertime with these.
So what beer is this one?
It's our summer ale.
Summer ale.
It's a Kolsch, so the hydrometer reading measures the sugar content and
Yep.
that determines
The
what
alcohol.
stage of the ferment
Yeah.
is that.
There we go.
All right, Dan.
All
Bad
right.
boy, drop him in.
Careful.
Drop it in the beer.
Drop it in and give it a spin.
That's it.
Oh,
We're looking hopefully for around about 2.
like a pro.
Tell you what, if you're looking for
That
around
is
about
dead
2.
on 2.
We're right to go. Nice work.
Champion.
So that beer's ready to
That beer's ready to be chilled.
chilled and kegged.
And every beer that we make here, we test every day.
So now that it's done, it goes into the chiller for for how long?
It depends on the beer. Generally a week for ales or 2 weeks for our lagers.
Yep. Okay. And then it's ready to keg and then off
Yep.
she goes.
Sit through this, filtered,
Yep.
and then into the keg or the bottle.
Yep. And then out to the store.
Out to the punters to enjoy good craft beer.
Now,
Excellent.
I hear you've got some beer that you need to keg.
We do.
You reckon I can have a go at that?
Sure can. Let's give it a go.
Let's have a
I've,
go at
I've
that.
set the standard now.
You've
Let's
set
see
standard?
what you can do.
See if I can outdo you. All right, I'm ready for
Let's
that.
go.
Let's go.
Do it.
So this is your IPA that you're going to let me keg. It's a little bit of a gamble there, but that's all right. What is the kegging process for you guys?
Well, most beers in our brewery is all carbonated first and then goes into the keg. So first of all, once we've added the CO2 into the beer we're going to keg, we then check the carbonation, take a sample off the sample port, look at good head retention, also look through it, want to see a bit of good bubble, and then we hook the apparatus on and fill the kegs. Obviously they've been cleaned and washed, and we add a little bit of CO2 into the keg itself.
Yep.
So it's going into a CO2 environment,
Yep.
and then you'll be all good.
Wonderful.
And today we're doing the Raconteur, which is our IPA.
I'm going to have a taste of this first, but
Yeah,
once
yeah.
I've done that, let's get stuck into kegging a beer.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
let's have a look at.
Cheers.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
We'll be right.
Well, that's really nice. That. That is one mad little sort of earthy floral
Yeah.
hop profile there.
Yeah, yeah, you get the real
Yeah.
Centennial coming through.
Yeah.
Bit of cascade at the end.
Yeah.
All right, so
Overwhelming.
let's get this kegging underway.
Yeah, sweet.
If I explode the keg, I apologise.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Just so you guys are aware, this is your entry into the beer awards. This
That's
is
it.
the actual keg.
This is
So
the
if
beer
it
award
screws
entry.
up, it's not my fault.
No, well, hopefully,
Hopefully I do it right. So we're in and we're tight, and then we're down,
that's it.
and then we're twisting that,
There she goes. Perfect.
and then we're slowly opening this little baby. Is that right?
That's perfect.
Just leave it like that?
Leave it like that, and then beer will come out. Put a little
Alright.
bucket underneath.
Mate, this caper's not so hard. Giant spit bucket.
That's it. Filling away, so
Obviously,
basically...
when this starts coming out, we close that up and we lock that off.
Perfect. And then do the next keg. Away you go, and I'll leave you for a couple of hours and go and do some other things. As you can see, it's all pretty handcrafted. It's all hand done.
Yeah, here we
So-
go. It's about to pop out, I
So,
assume.
so it's fobbed out. So just
So
close
now
it
we
for a
just
sec.
close that.
Just not full
Whoops.
yet, other way.
There we go.
And we'll just leave it settle out just for a minute, just so we've basically filled the whole keg. And now open it up again a little bit. This one.
This one,
That
yeah.
one, yep. It's going to be pretty heady. That's all right. We just want beer to come out. A little bit more. That's pretty well beer now.
There you go.
Yep, and turn her off. And then close the other valve. Perfect.
And then
handle up.
handle up.
Spin it
Rotate
off.
her around.
That's it.
And that's my drink.
That's it.
I just
That's
kegged the
knock
beer. An award-winning beer, hopefully.
That's it.
Now that I'm an expert kegger, I'm going to do another one.
You are feeling thirsty after all that work?
Yep. Let's grab a beer. I'll pour you a beer, mate.
Go for it. Come on, pressure's on, pressure's on, pressure's on.
I think it's all right. It's not a bad pour. There you go. Have an amber ale.
What do you reckon, out of 10?
I'm not very good at beer.
That was a 2.
I'll stick to designing houses, I think. Yeah.
Tastes good.
Does it?
Give it a try.
Yeah, I'm going to blend the lines because it still tastes good. There you go.
Yeah.
It's yours.
So, if your team hops,
Yeah.
am my team malt then, or?
Yeah.
I don't want to be team
Definitely.
yeast. Team yeast sounds a bit.
No, you can be team malt.
That sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah, team malt and team hops. There you go.
But seriously, how often do you get that malt sweetness through a beer? Like, it's so
Don't.
hop driven these days.
That's it. And these beers are all malt's the hero versus the hops, the red ale, just good caramel topping.
It's really understated. It's sort of, it's not that punch in the face of the hops. It's more that sort of gentle in the background, sort of coming through.
So this is a stout.
Yeah, so one of our flagships.
Oh,
Dry
man.
style.
That is intense.
Sort of the little
Smoky.
brother of the one we're brewing today. So
It's very smoky.
Black Stallion, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not quite the weather just yet, but once we get into winter,
Getting close.
yeah, autumn, winter.
Oh, it's like real cocoa-y.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cocoa and
Chocolate. A lot of stouts are all front and back,
Yeah.
pale and roast, so I throw some other
That's
roasted malts,
it's
caramel.
kind of
gee, it just sort of goes along, and all of a sudden it just sort of takes that
Takes a
little
twist,
twist,
yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I love a beer that's got those like 3 or 4 different layers of flavour where you get that initial hit and you're like, oh, okay. When it takes a little turn, oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that. It's
really
nice.
good. Next, we head to a brewer who is unflappable. Here we are.
Oh, duck.
Oh,
Not that kind of duck. Red duck.
Thank you.
That's all right, sir.
How you doing, mate?
G'day,
Dan.
welcome to the Red Duck.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. You interested in different beers?
We're interested in lots of different beers. We're
Lots of
on, a,
different
on a beer journey, a crusade.
And when it comes to different beers, you've certainly got some. You've got a 15th century dark sour ale, you've got bread beers, you've got biscuit beers.
I've got some new beers.
What
I
new
said
beers?
this year I would do more wood and more Belgians.
Yeah.
And I've done some more braggots. So I've got a Belgian braggot. It hasn't been oak aged yet. I've got some oak aged dark beers. A few more Belgians. Trying to get more barrels. So that's where the focus is going this year. Next year?
Because it's not like you haven't done enough beer already. I mean,
No, well,
Well, there's over
how many
30.
styles have you done?
There's over
Like-
30 in your
we
range. isn't
we
there?
had a tasting day here for Good Beer Week, and I had 49 different beers on
There
tasting.
you go.
And there was 2 that I wasn't allowed to release because they were part of Gabs. So that's going to be 51 I could have. There's one I couldn't find. I thought I had a case left that I'd saved for it, and it's wandered off somewhere. We must have drunk it or sold it. And there were 6 others that I only had a couple of bottles left, and I thought, no, not enough to
Not
share.
worth it, yeah. Wow.
That's amazing.
So
That's really
we've done 58 so far.
58 different styles of beer.
Yep, since we started.
Putting a lot of other craft brewers to shame with your range.
Oh, no. It's nothing about shame. It's more about insanity.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Where do you get your brewing ideas from? I mean,
Willy Wonka. He gets them from Willy Wonka.
Yeah. I mean, a 15th century dark sour. I mean, I love my sour beers, so that's the one that I particularly like. But I mean, where do you? Where?
I have
what?
to say, my ideas just don't stop. I've got a list of things I want to brew, and if I go overseas somewhere and have an amazing beer, I think, let's brew something like that. That's
Okay.
great. That really excited me. You read lots of things, and if you're immersed in the whole sort of craft beer world, it's just there. It's everywhere, and you can read about it. You think, well, let's try and make that, but not like what people think beer is now. I try and make it what it was like back then. So I've got to read lots of other historical context, not just beer books, to work out.
It's a lot of research.
Well, enough.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And then, of course, it's open to translation, because that's
yep.
my idea of what I think it would be like.
Sure.
Yeah, your interpretation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not afraid of your sours and your lambics and your
No,
sort of different flavours that aren't.
Traditional.
Yeah,
not,
not,
so much traditional.
not traditional for Australian beer
Yeah.
drinkers anyway.
Not
Well,
commonplace.
Absolutely, because I'm not a typical Australian beer drinker.
Yeah.
And when I started this business, that was one of the things, is I would go to the pub and not want to drink
Beer.
commercial beer, and I'd want to drink other things. You've been around the world and you drink ales, and Germany and places, it's just great, interesting beers. They're still there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm about. Let's make some of the beers that 99% of the rest of the world enjoys.
Not only do you have a vast array of beers, but you are your own marketing, brewing, distribution man. It's pretty much you and
We're a small business,
Yeah.
absolutely. We're a husband and wife kind of team.
yeah,
And I have one assistant brewer now, Crispy, who actually does most of the work.
yeah.
He's from the School of Red Duck.
Okay.
I've had one other brewer before him, Justin, and he was from the School of Red Duck as well. I get lots of people wanting to come say, "Oh, you got a job for a brewer? I love your beers. I want to come and brew here." No, there's only one job. If we made more money out of it or things change, I'd love to employ more people. Because I just find, being in the brewing industry, the people who are really passionate about beers like me, they bring that passion here, and they're great to work with.
Gives
But-
more creative flair.
Yeah, to a
different
point.
angles,
I'm not sure if with the people that work with me, I always say, if you've got any ideas, let me know. They're all a bit shy about bringing ideas out. I know if I've scared them off, because I go, no, that's not sour enough. That won't be strong enough. No, come on, you can make that more interesting.
Yeah.
There's the challenge there to, suggest to me well, what's the next beer? And people do it all the time as well. They go, I thought about making a beer with pepper berries. I said, yes, I have. Oh, you going to make one? No. that's just an example, you know.
Not yet.
Yeah, but I do like pepper berries, so I'm thinking about it.
What's the most obscure ingredient you've used then?
We did one that was an Australian double.
Yeah.
So it was basically a classic double base, and then we put Australian spices in it to ramp that up a bit. So we had aniseed myrtle, cassia bark, and saltbush.
Oh,
so
wow.
I reckon saltbush would probably that would do it easily. Then the most obscure ingredient.
That's
Yeah.
reasonably
bizarre,
obscure, yeah.
Yeah. So what you've got is a native bush that grows in salty areas and is tolerant to high salt, so you can eat the leaves. And we had it at a restaurant the other day, and their version of salt and vinegar chips was dried saltbush leaves with a sprinkling of vinegar on it.
Wow.
And they're crunchy like a chip, and that was salt and vinegar native chips.
Wow,
And that was
that's
fantastic.
impressive, yeah.
So
There you go.
yeah, but putting salt in beer actually works quite well.
Yes, a couple of breweries have done that we've come across, and
Yeah.
it's quite an interesting take.
Well, one of my favourite styles is Berliner Weiss. I've only ever had that probably 3 times in my life, but I've made one recently that's just nearly there. So it's quite salty and a big minerally mouthfeel, and it's really different, but really refreshing and interesting. But I'm sure if we gave that to the local pub, most of the drinkers would go, what's this?
Step-by-step process to get them
palate
there.
thing,
Yeah.
Oh, look, being in this game and being small, I can react and change. And, I was criticised once because he said, you're just making beers for me. I go, what's wrong with that? As long as I enjoy it. I mean, if I don't enjoy the beers I make, well,
What's
I'll
the
stop.
point? What's the point of doing it? Yeah.
And if other people enjoy them too, and we stay here and keep doing it, well, that's fantastic.
So Scott, this is your lovely little brew house.
Yeah, all about 600 litre vessels.
Yep.
And we moved up to Ballarat 2 years ago, and people think we got a bigger
Facility.
bit of equipment, but it's the same gear we've had since we started.
Yep.
It's just a bigger shed. Kettle, mash, got 2 mashes now, so I can do stronger brews. I do a first run and double mash. We've got 5 fermenters. We actually have added 1 fermenter since we got here, so we started with 4, now we've got 5. We would brew on average 2-3 times a week throughout the year pretty much. So that means we're going to do 115 brews this year.
Wow.
And every brew gets us about 65 cases, about a pallet of beer
Each, yeah.
per brew. So we're doing 110 pallets of beer in this year, which is the most we've ever done.
Yep.
Wow.
When we started, we did 40 pallets. So we're growing a little bit each year.
Not too much though.
Not too much. Not in a hurry, because I like making different beers, not lots of the same.
Yeah.
It's all just slow growth and organic growth, I think they call it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's an interesting little setup, that's for sure. And it's, I guess, from a viewer point of view, it's good to see that just because you produce a lot of beers doesn't mean you have a large brewery to do it. You're doing that in such small quantities.
And we work it pretty hard, I think.
Yeah.
We could work it harder. We could do double shifts if we wanted to. It is possible. Over summer, we get up to 4 brews and 4 bottlings a week.
Yeah, that's
and
a
they
fair bit of
overlap,
work,
so it gets pretty messy and chaotic.
For 2 guys, that's a lot of work, really, when you think about it. 4 brews a week and all that bottling. Yeah. Oh, it's a lovely setup, and thank you for showing us. It's,
And hopefully the camera doesn't lie that brewing can actually keep you fit.
Yeah, well, we're living examples of that ourselves.
Absolutely. Perhaps a little bit too much research sometimes. But that's part of the job, isn't it?
Product research is a necessity.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time, sir, showing us around your amazingly productive brew house. And look, from my point of view, keep making the sour beers because they're fantastic.
They are.
Thank you very much for your time.
I like them too.
Thanks,
I
Scott.
love all sorts of beer, but yeah.
Sours.
There's not many of us that are brave enough to keep making sours.
I think you should keep doing it. I'm
Good.
very happy with them.
Yeah, we've got new sours coming, don't worry.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll look out for those. So, Dan, what do you think of the giant steam shovel just outside of Malton here? Bit of an antique, this one. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Welcome to Mark's tour of Boring Metal of Victoria.
What's wrong with this? It's beautiful.
Craft Steam Crusaders.
Back to the beer?
Back to the beer.
Back to the beer. You reckon this is it?
Oh, hope so. Get out of this rain.
I'd just like to know where the first craft beer brewer in Bendigo for over 100 years is.
Hopefully here. Hello.
G'day. We're
G'day.
looking for Bendigo's newest brewery.
You're here?
We're here?
Yeah,
Brookes
welcome.
Beer.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful.
How you doing, Dan?
Hey Dan, I'm Doug.
Nice to meet you, Doug.
Nice to
Yeah,
meet you, Doug.
welcome.
This is Bendigo's new brewery. Not quite open yet.
We're brand new, so
Brand
we
new.
got our license maybe 2 weeks ago.
Very
And
fresh.
We got our first brews off. As you can see, we're just getting ready to pack off.
Starting a bottle.
Yeah.
How long before it's released, the first lot?
Mid-June, you should see
Mid-June?
it out, yeah.
So that'll be 4 weeks before this airs. So
Nice. So we're just about getting out there so people can get out and try it.
yes. Now you've got, by the looks of it, 4 different beers here, 4 different styles.
Yeah, look, we reckon we've got 4 beers that are pretty popular. So we got a brown, sort of that time of year where brown's a good ale to
Yeah,
drink.
nice time for brown.
We got a sort of hop forward American pale ale. We've got a Bohemian, we're calling it a Bohemian lager. It's more like a Vienna lager, so a lot of more roastier malts, sort of amber colour.
Yep.
And we've got an IPA, so
Oh, beautiful.
they're pretty popular around the place, so we'll give that a go.
Now this little guy here, who's he?
He's cool. We're in Bendigo,
Yes.
and he's the guy that Bendigo is named after. So his
Okay.
name is William Thompson. Is his real name.
Yep.
He was a boxer, bare knuckle boxer. He used to
Yep.
used to be very famous in his day. He had a bendy style, so they called him Bendy. They eventually called him Bendigo, and a local guy, also a boxer, they nicknamed him Bendigo, and it stuck. And here we are. Here we
So
are in
that's how Bendigo became, and
There you
you've
go.
used it as your branding. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And Brookes Beer, Brookes being obviously your surname.
Yeah, look, I've got to say, there's not a huge amount of ego in that.
Only a little bit.
Yeah, well, I wanted something that sounded like it had been around for a while. Brookes kind of fitted
No,
the
it's
bill.
good. It's, yeah,
I like it.
yeah, I think it works well.
Yeah.
So what made you want to become a brewer? Like, what's the journey?
I'm a out of control home brewer,
Yeah.
so that's my background. But the other side of it, I worked 20 years in the corporate world, in the oil industry. And when you're in your 20s and 30s, oil industry is really exciting. When you're in your 40s and 50s, you reach your end by date, and they're just going to one day they're going to sit you down with a box of tissues and a glass of water, give you an envelope, and say,
See you later.
see you later. And I never wanted to be in that position. So a couple of years ago, I said I need to take my home brewing seriously, and this is what it's turned into. This is my sort of rescue plan out of the corporate world.
You've definitely taken your home brewing very seriously, judging by this.
Well, you got to.
Now, I'm eyeing these off. Is there any of these we can actually try, or is it too soon, or is there some ready for us to
Oh,
taste?
you have come just in time, because today we're packing off our pale ale. So
wonderful.
she's ready to go, and I can just jump in the cool room, grab you a few pots.
Well, Dan does know how much I love my hops, so
Yeah,
hop
no,
forward pale ale sounds good to me.
Yeah, look, I'm actually quite pleased with this one, so I hope you like it.
All right, well, let's go and have a go at that. So this is your hop forward American pale ale.
Yeah, that's right. It's our American pale ale. It's the first one we did, so it's our first brew off, and we're packing it off today. So
At the moment,
yeah, it's
smells nice.
yeah, lots of tutti frutti, passion fruity.
I like that, tutti frutti.
Tutti Frutti, Passion Fruity.
Yeah, well, it's sort of really late hops with Simcoe and Mosaic. So if you know those flavours, they're really really got that sort of tutti frutti. It's kind of how they describe it, that sort of
It's got
flavour.
a really nice gritty bitterness on the end there.
Yeah, well, I love for bitterness. I really love Pearl. You know, there's no better hop for me than Pearl for bitterness. It's not astringent or aggressive. It's assertive, but it's kind of
Yeah.
nice. It feels nice in your mouth.
Yeah, it does.
So that's
Sort of
liquor
softly,
too, yeah.
sort of softly coats nicely.
yeah. So Pearl's a really nice hop for bitterness, I find. And we try to make give it a fair bit of malt backbone
To carry
really drive
that,
those
it
hops.
carries
Yeah.
that bitterness through.
Yeah. So that colour's got there's a bunch of Munich in there, and there's a bunch of
That's nice.
medium sort of crystal to give it a bit of raisiny sort of notes to it.
Yeah.
These are really sessionable pale ale.
That's a really sessionable powder.
That is. I know this summer when I go to a barbecue, what I'm going to try and grab a hold of.
Cool.
Some of these. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm really pleased with the way that's come up. It's a nice balance, good, firm sort of driven, hop and malt driven American style. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's the nicest tasting beer with mosaic I've ever had.
Real.
Yep. Very, very impressive.
Glad you like it. Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, definitely.
Next week on Craft Beer Crusaders, we talk women in beer with two of the best.
And we get cozy at Holgate.
Maybe a little too cozy? Olives, cheers, shakes.